So, I've recently picked up a copy of X-Men #1 from 1963, a personal grail of mine, and I think I've made a huge bloody mistake. How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jolly Geek. Welcome back to the channel. If it is your first time popping by, please do think about going looking at my back catalogue. On this channel, we'll look at all things comic book related, superheroes, MCU, action figures, toys, and all that kind of jazz. We'll do a selection of shorts, videos, and also a load of live streams. So please do hit the little bell notification and give us a sub if you like that kind of jazz. A good while ago, I picked up a copy of X-Men #1 from 1963, an amazing book, huge personal grail of mine, a book I never thought I would own. I'm not going to go into detail here about how I picked it up and all the rest of it, but if you're interested, I've got these videos in my back catalogue. So the first one is a live kind of unveiling of the comic book I did, and then we've got a video all about how I went and picked it up, how much I paid for the comic and all that kind of stuff. And then finally we've got this live show, which is where I received the book back from CJC and did a grade announcement video. So if you want to know all that kind of stuff, please do go and check that out. This video though is about, well, it's about, I think I've made a big mistake, and I want you to comment. I want you to tell me whether you think I've done the right thing or not. So let's have a little look at the book I bought in its raw state. Okay, ladies and gents, so here it is, my copy of X-Men from 1963. As you can see, the cover is intact. It looks pretty nice. It does have lots of chipping around the sides and lots of colour deterioration. Back cover, you can see some spine roll there, which is really quite prominent, and some grime and gunge and stuff at the bottom of the page, which is a little bit of a concern. In terms of the internal pages, the colours are quite nice, although it has most definitely got a yellow tinge, creamy tinge to the pages, which is common of books of this age, I guess. That said, the colours do still pop, and it's quite a nice looking book, although you can see that spine roll and chipping. You'll also note that the book has some tears to the bottom pages there, which is a bit of a disappointment. In terms of staples, they are definitely rusting and they are starting to bleed out into the surrounding comic book. Back cover's nice, but again, yellowing, lots of chipping. So as you can see, ladies and gents, not the best quality book. It's got a number of issues. It's quite brittle. It's a low grade book. I know that, and I knew that. But here comes the question. Should I get this book pressed and cleaned? Now, if you're new to comic book collecting, this is what I mean by pressed and cleaned. Okay, so many people, before they send their books to be graded at CJC, get the books pressed and cleaned. Pressing is literally an old art where you basically squash the book and pages to try and make them more flat and get rid of creases. You can get U-type presses, and lots of people do them at home themselves. And you can see some examples here of the kind of work it does in removing some of those dents and creases that appear on comics. This can really improve the quality and the aesthetics of a comic book. Cleaning a comic is a little bit more complex, and it involves use of rubbers and chemicals and things like that. Basically what you're using is some chemicals to try and remove the dirt and grime from the book itself, or a rubber. Bit risky. So as you can see here, this cover has been cleaned and it looks far much better, superior. But there is danger. So there is worrying with this kind of technique. So you can destroy the comic book, so you can end up damaging it, or with a book of this age it can literally turn to dust in your fingers because of all the cracking and the kind of the passing of time. So anything like this is risky business and you need to tread carefully. So there we have it, guys. This is the decision I was left with. Do I get this book cleaned by a professional? I'm not going to do it myself, and then pressed and then sent off for grading. Bit of a difficult decision, because what are my choices here? I've got two choices, haven't I? I either just bite my tongue and send the book in as it is and take whatever grade comes my way, or I take a risk, pray to Jesus, and send in the book and hope that it doesn't explode or crumble to dust when the presser is moving it and doing things with it. Now, I'm quite concerned that I had a look at the book and it's got brittle pages, the edges are quite rough and all the rest of it. So I was left with this decision. Do I press and clean and hopefully get a better grade, or do I just take what comes? Let us know in the comments what you would have done. I'm interested to know your personal views, and I'm interested to know why you would take the risk, or indeed why you wouldn't take the risk. Basically, ladies and gents, at the end of the day, I was a chicken. I decided I couldn't take the risk. I'd paid a lot of money for this book, in excess of $6,000. I didn't want to risk it being damaged. and in reality, it might not have gotten much of a grade bump. So, sent the book in, off to CGC it went, and it came back as 2.0. If you watch my videos, you'll know this grade already. But this is what we got. We got a 2.0. Great. The guy who sold it to us said it was a 2.5. I'll take a 2.0. But let's have a look at the grader's notes. So here we've got the grader's notes, and it says edge, corner wear, tears, creases, foreign substances, that's that gunge at the bottom of the cover we saw, to the back cover, staple rust with stain into centerfold. Not good. So there you have it. It did have some dirt on it. It did have some issues in the back cover, which could have been fixed or made better by a clean and a press, I think. We would have perhaps gotten a bit of a grade bump. Let's have a little look at the differences between a 2.0 and a 2.5. Okay, so a 2.0 is classed as a good, and it's got a collectible that shows extensive evidence of handling with numerous moderate to major defects. 2.5 is pretty much the same, but with multiple defects. So there you have it, ladies and gents. I didn't take the risk. I didn't get it pressed and cleaned. I sent it off. I got a 2.0. I'm happy with the 2.0. I really am. I think it's a great grade for a book of this age. But I'm always going to be left now with that doubt in this old noggin of mine. If I'd sent it off, if I'd cleaned it, if I'd pressed it, might I have gotten a 2.5. Is a 2.5, is that a big enough bump, 0.5, to warrant the risk involved? I really don't know. Let us know, please. I'm interested to know your thoughts. Would you have taken the risk, or would you just stop moaning and be happy with what you've got? Okay, guys, that's your whack. If you like this kind of stuff, like I said, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.